I'm Nikki Jovikic from Lookup Strata, and I'm also the Managing Director of Tower Body Corporate, a body corporate management company on the Gold Coast. Lookup Strata is currently a member of SCA WA, and Tower Body Corporate is currently a member of SCA Queensland. We're having this conversation on the 21st of May 2024. In March, ABC published a news report about the launch of a new ABC investigation into the national strata management industry. ABC's initial reporting centred around prominent SCA New South Wales member Netstrata. During the article, strata industry stakeholders called for change, more transparency and accountability. We've invited Alicia Fisher, CEO of SCA Australasia, to outline SCA's 6-step plan to address concerns and rebuild trust in the industry. Alicia, thanks for joining us. Why do you think it's important to have this conversation?
Hi, Nikki. Yes, for us, this is about sharing what SCA is doing nationally through collaboration to benefit consumers and work together with our members.
Can you give us a really quick overview of SCA's 6 steps to ensure confidence? What's the overall goal and how are they formulated?
Our overall goal is really to improve our processes and resources that can increase professionalism and also tackle some of the weaknesses that are identified through the Netstrata investigation. For us, this was something that we worked together nationally with our National Council to ensure that it was going to cover what all regions wanted to have as an outcome over the next few years.
So I noticed that SCA New South Wales has a further 4 steps or initiatives. Is that something that other states are developing?
Yes, throughout SCA, we are currently reviewing our strata management practice standard, and we are trying to incorporate an ethical component into that audit.
So for those who haven't heard of SCA's Best Practice Insurance Disclosure Guide, what is it? How will it be implemented? And why is there a change in the timeframe for bringing the guide in earlier?
For the past 2 years, SCA has been working through the recommendations from the Trowbridge Phase 1 report. So this isn't something new for us. This is all around disclosure of dollar values and transparency. We did bring this forward as we know this is very critical for owners to have that transparency and disclosure piece.
Do you think there's enough emphasis on transparency in the 6 steps?
Yes, absolutely. All of the components of what we've put together in our 6-point plan is to ensure that transparency is throughout those key areas.
So to what extent does the Insurance Disclosure Guide address concerns raised about transparency and potential remuneration structures within the industry?
Well, it has been modelled off the John Trowbridge Phase 1 report. It's about giving dollar values for overall remuneration, including commissions and breakdowns of who is paid what between the broker and the strata manager. Currently, the guide does go further than any existing legislation or regulation in any state and territory.
Given the public level of disquiet surrounding insurance commissions and kickbacks, what are SCA's concerns and considerations for implementing a definitive no commission or kickback stance?
For us, SCA believes there is choice and all owners have the ability to ask questions and understand what their options are. This is also enhanced by receiving the information in the quotes and invoice template within our disclosure guide, which is critical, and also receiving dollar values for remuneration from all parties. Currently, we expect disclosure, document and communicate. It's all around best practice. The Quality Advice Review, the Dr. Nicole Johnston's Deakin report and John Trowbridge's report currently don't advocate for a ban on commissions. And so this all comes down to value. It's around the strata manager sharing their value to their clients and keeping them educated.
Have there been perceptions that the SCA's complaints management process lacked the necessary effectiveness? How will appointing an independent chair for the SCA Australasia Complaints and Conduct Panel improve the current process? And how do people access that process?
This has been an ongoing process for SCA, looking at our complaint management process. A few years ago, we made some rigorous complaint changes by nationalising our complaint processes. We had them all as independent bodies reviewing their state-based complaints. And so we did bring that together a few years ago. For us, the value of bringing in an independent chair is having someone with external and high governance knowledge to improve that process further. We do want to continually update that process moving forward and keeping it open for all members and also owners. Currently, it is available as a free option for owners to come together to provide those complaints to us, and we will review them thoroughly.
How can consumers and members be reassured that SCA is genuinely committed to its code of conduct?
For SCA, all of our members each year, when they do their company renewals, they have to have a commitment to our code of conduct. We do make sure that we hold all of our members accountable. When we are reviewing complaints from certain regions, we do omit members from that same region to ensure that they are being held to that accountability. We also will advise members to undertake more education if there are slight breaches of the Code of Conduct. Our main concern is where there are non-members who don't have to abide by a code of conduct, as most governments themselves don't have that requirement in legislation.
You've said you'll create a best practice guideline for conflicts of interest in the sector. How are you going to ensure that it will cover some of the ethical questions that have been raised recently?
We are currently looking at engaging an independent consultant who will review the current business practices throughout the sector for both management firms and suppliers. We do hope to gain insights into what companies are doing well and where they might be falling short of expert recommendations. And we're also placing together an independent reference group with intended participation from a wide range of stakeholders, including consumer groups. That will hopefully then ensure that we do have the most thorough best practice guideline on conflicts of interest and other business practices.
We've heard a lot from SCA about how they want their members to be regarded as professionals and strata management to be a profession. So what do you think professional looks like? Are there features and actions that you think are indicators of both professional and unprofessional behaviour in strata management?
Well, as we know, buildings are becoming more complex, so strata managers have to become more knowledgeable and develop great skills to meet all of these new challenges. SCA is taking our members on a professional journey. We're constantly educating members, providing new resources like our best practice guidelines. We have a mentoring program, more professional development developed every day, and we're ensuring qualifications like our Certificate 4 in Strata are fit for purpose. We want to make sure that all members are acting in the best interests of the strata community as a whole.
And what additional support will SCA member businesses have under the 6-step plan?
Currently, SCA is going to be working together with that independent consultant to develop 3 webinars between now and the end of the year on business practices. It's critical that they do understand how they can improve their practices. Nationally, we're also going to be looking at more best practice guides on relevant topics that cover all of these areas under our 6-point plan.
And there are 2 reviews of Net Strata, one by SCA New South Wales and one by Fair Trading. So what impact will they have on this work and its outcome? And what do you hope to achieve from the reviews?
We can't really preempt what's going to come from the reviews, but we really hope to receive information that will support recommendations and guidance that we can make our members understand further.
And Alicia, everyone's wondering where to from here. What happens now?
Well, for us, it's, as I mentioned, it's continuing this professionalism journey for our strata sector. It's also ensuring that our 6 steps rollout is keeping everyone informed, and we're sharing all of our transparency with members and our clients.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And we hope to speak to you in the near future.
Thank you, Nikki.